You've got the bike. You got the kit. Now all you need is stuff to do. This is Bike's Guide to getting the best from your bike and from the summer.
Spring has sprung and everybody's gagging to get back into the biking groove. But the only problem is we're all a little bit rusty after a winter layoff. Either the bikes have been hidden away in garages or spent the time being gingerly tiptoed around greasy roundabouts. Here's Bike's refresher guide to taking the perfect corner. Perfect cornering is about three things: position, 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 and forward planning. Four things then. But the rule is, if you're approaching a right-hander, you want to be as far over to the left as possible, which means as close to the white line as it's safe to be.
The approach to a corner is all about getting your entry speed right and your turn-in point right. There's no point in going in too fast. If you go in too fast, you're in trouble. If you go in too slowly, you can always get on the throttle, you'll come out quicker. So as you're approaching a bend, you've already looked at the bend to see how sharp it is, so you can judge your speed, find a turn-in point, and turn in from there to find an apex and an exit. Come up to the corner, you've chosen your speed, leave the turn in as late as you can, use counter steering to get the bike over, look for your apex point, which is just to the left of the white lines, drive through that, look for your exit point, use a smooth throttle, drive out, look for your exit, and you're ready for the next corner.
Of course, the likes of us are never really going to get a corner perfect. If you want to see it done properly, then you should go and see the pros. We're lucky enough in this country to have one of the best, highest standard leagues of racing anywhere in the world.
And going again for the inside, James Hayden. He's on the outside. Tail end and barging up the inside of James Hayden goes number 25, Neil Hodgson. And Walker dives through the middle. Way down the back with the water by the side of them. Island Bend. Round Island Bend they go. The next one will be the short right-hander. And he is going to have one heck of a 1999 season. And oh, that's an almighty crash. Hayden diving inside Neil Hodgson. And through comes Neil Mackenzie. Mackenzie's got something to do now to rescue the situation.
Well, Chris Walker's a real fighter, as we know, and he can make the bike do all sorts of things that it's not really capable of doing.
Running well in third, it's John Reynolds, number 4, who was fuming after being scooped up as James Hayden, number 8, closes on the Suzuki. And the crowd on their feet here for Sean Emmett as he takes the lead from the Australia. Hayden missed a gear or something, I don't know. I sometimes wonder if the riders know what's happening. They really go at it, they're so focused, they really are. Hayden looked as though he might have just collected another place there on the inside of Hodgson. Yes, he did. Oh, they're shoulder charging each other. It's more like rugby. Emmett gave Troy Bayliss a bash with his right shoulder, and still very much in touch is James Hayden. Roger, what a race. This is the last lap, as Roger said. Away they go then under the bridge and look over the shoulder. They're choosing all sorts of lines. A foot off the footrest. Bayliss has gone through. He's gone wide. Emmett's stolen the march. Can Reynolds grab second? Fighting back again. There's contact there. I don't know who got the win. It was neck and neck. Emmett thinks he's got it.
No matter where you are in the country, there's a track somewhere near you. So do yourself a favour and go and see it done properly. Go on any race meeting, open any magazine, you'll see plenty of this, knee-down action. The reason the races do it is simple. Actually, it's not simple, it's complicated, but the simplistic explanation is it means I can carry more corner speed. The reason these boys do it, pure showboating. To start off, do some warm-up laps to get some heat into the tyres and to acclimatise yourself to the situation. Once you're starting to feel confident, you can start to lean the bike over further. Now, knee down. What you need to do is shift one bum cheek off the seat, point your knee at the deck, and just wait till it kisses down. Don't get caught up trying to look at it. You'll end up riding at the back of a van, and that is not cool. Eventually it will touch down, and there you have it. Knee down guard. If you want to see the boys who can walk the walk as well as talking the talk, then you want to check out World Supers.
Oh, wow, he tumbled! Aaron
inside, gets the flyer down to the awesome turn one, but Fogarty comes through, sparking, into third place, Joy Corsa, sparking titanium, knee sliders and toe sliders. There is Colin Edwards on bike number 5, to the inside again. Wow, lovely stuff, Aaron. It will be a blow indeed as we look at the two Hondas locked in battle with the Yamaha. The Yamaha pulls out of a double man slipstream down to the end of the straight. Has he managed to do it? Not on Edwards, he hasn't.
And has Keeley's Dunlop.
Igor, that's a blow up. Let's hope it's not dropped any oil on the track. Is he coming across oil? The flag should be out. Oh, yes, he is. He lost it, and so did Keeley. Fogarty's okay. There is Hager. Oh, no. Down goes Akira Yanagawa on the oil. So the marshals very slow to put out the flag. Didn't even bother looking at the bike, did he? That was the end of the next lap round. Who is it this time? It's Hager. Hager, well, he saved it. Oh, dear me. No, he didn't deserve that, did he? Right on the oil there. That's where it is, you know. But his bike seems to find grip where everyone else has struggled from it.
Slightly.
Down goes Keeley as well now on the oil. Some of it. And he gets with a back marker there. Well, the back marker seems surprised to find Carl Fogarty there, almost as surprised as Fogarty was. Yes, where's the blue flag? Next up is Colin Edwards. Edwards in third place. Front end under. Wow, Colin Edwards is the latest in our victims here.
That's the doctor he's arguing with.
Don't put your hands on me. On board camera work, telling you what it's like at the top of the corkscrew. Into the left hand and then dropping off the edge of the world and coming downhill. But Anthony Gobert, I can't wait to hear what he's got to say after this race, because he's always outrageous in the mouth department. Team is concerned. And he wasn't happy there. And Keeley goes to the front, swooping towards into the hairpin. And the front's gone, and down he goes. The front, he held it for an eternity. I couldn't have said it better myself. Really, you wouldn't want to be in their own air, would they?
He is the undoubted king of Assen. Will it be the double he promised his British fans at a brand?
Well, he's not looking bad at the minute, is he? You've got to say, this is not just dominant, it's awesome. To the last turn on the course, through the long left-hander. The front straight here is absolutely full of British fans. They get the finish that they require. That is a superb wheelie.
Wheelies. They're not big, they're not clever, and they can get you nicked. However, they're still the one stunt that everybody wants to perform. Here's Bike's Guide to Getting It Up, with who else? Road tester Martin Shire.
There's more than 2 ways to skin a cat, but there's only 2 ways to do a wheelie. Using the clutch or just using the power. I'm a bit of a clutch man myself, but I'll show you first off what we do when we just use the power. Away we go. Get the bike moving, watch your revs rise, then all we're going to do is knock the throttle off and then back it back open with a bit of a tug. Watch this. Couldn't be easier. Get the revs halfway up the counter, knock it off and pull it up. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Easy, huh? Power wheelies are nothing without control, and the best way to control it is to use the clutch. What we're going to do, we're going to get the power up to about half, about 5,000 revs on this Fireblade, and then we're going to knock the throttle off a bit, but dip the clutch at the same time. Then we're going to bang them both back on together, and the front will come up. Oh, so sweet. Let's go. Throttle, 5,000 revs. Oh, just a bit high. Doesn't matter. Ping the clutch. Woo!
Different team though this year. He's riding the Antenna Trace bike out of Madrid, managed by Luis Santan.
John Kaczynski, though, is the man on Irv Kenimoto's bike that gets away at the front, but soon Crivier has overhauled him. Crivier's already there, and I saw Regis Lacconi looking good as well. So number 3, Alex Crivier.
Ex-World 250 champions. Well, where's Max? He's gone to the inside. He's got them both.
Max Biaggi goes through it. Oh, look at that. Superb stuff from Crivier. That was something extremely special indeed as he went through, but comes back Kenny. Kenny is through there in his first Grand Prix on the Suzuki. Oh, side by side, Kaczynski's looking, is he going to pick up the pieces? Crivier still in front, Kenny Roberts second. John Kaczynski in third place.
Then it's Arbe, he's beaten up Biaggi big time. Then it's Okada and Laconi doing 2 places further back.
Biaggi in third now, and keeping an eye on what's going on in front of him. Honda leads Suzuki, leads Yamaha for the first time they've ever raced. The bag and through goes Roberts. Roberts looks superb on that Suzuki. Well, the 25-year-old American having a right old go in here with the Spaniard.
Looking good.
Oh,
Just a bit.
oh yes, and out wide and onto the curb. Biaggi, well, he's done that once before, hasn't he? So, and through comes Kenny. Kenny hits the front again. What an opening to the season. Superb racing between these 3 men. So,
Well, the bookies are laughing so far, Keith. The favourites are nowhere.
on the power. Oh, there it goes. A little bit ambitious with the right hand, I feel there, Max. Nick Dewar went out in a rest. Alex Crivier really has taken on the team #1 spot. Oh! Kenny Roberts jumped off the bike, big time, faster down the straight. But
Front end went first.
It did. The front went first, and then the back got grip and picked him over the top. That was a mean mother of a crash, because really, watch the front end just tuck under. Kenny Roberts, there it goes, the front goes, and then the back gets grip. Was Kenny unlucky or what? Watch this, the back gets grip and just pings him over. Crivier's our cameraman. Well, really, Ken, I've got to say you were very unlucky. That was an egg beater of a crash.
A great day for the underdog. Well, not for, I wouldn't call Alex Crivier an underdog.
No, not now. Not now, Mick's out of it. Over the line then, Alex Crivier, stylish win. Watch for the black line beneath us. There it is. Goodbye and good night.
A recent report from Tokyo suggests that if 1 car driver in 5 took a bike to work, the traffic speed would increase by 35% and pollution would decrease by 30%. Riding to work isn't just good for the planet, it's good for you too. Imagine, no more stressful traffic jams, no more heart attack inducing snarl-ups, and best of all, an extra hour in bed with Sarah Cox. London, rush hour. Making good progress through town is a whole different discipline to blacking down country lanes, but it still comes down to observation, forward planning and practice. See if this geezer's any good. That's the light, boys. They've got the light. Converging, watching this geezer coming over from the right as he's seeing me, SDR. Currently on the nutter. We're in what? Oh, he's in a car. Good lad. A good way to practice can be to follow a courier. Spot the gaps he goes for and the passes he balks at. Just try not to get in his way. Sticking with the inside, Community's sticking with the right, I'm in the middle. We've got a sandwich, we've got ourselves a convoy. I like this, it's steady. I like that taxi. Oh, the big boys. Oh, red light, not my day this. Look at this, this is what it's all about. Left fire away, we got a we got a... for the CCM. He doesn't know what he's doing. Is that a good one? Rather use a big kid on the inside of a taxi. I don't think so. Cars will sort themselves, don't worry about that. There I am, there's my trash. The car moving out of the way. Full of the joy of spring and ting. Now, it's very easy in these situations to get caught up on the whole bike thing and start forgetting that you're making your own decision. Very important. Just because he thinks it's safe doesn't mean it is. Brakes, at the risk of stating the bleeding obvious, is something we all need to get to grips with. Now, a good rider should be able to lock and release the brakes at will. This is nothing to do with skids and everything to do with good machine control. Here's Bike's Guide to being top of the stoppers and checking in at the Hard Brake Hotel.
To start with, what you want to do, you'll just be wanting to pull the brake on, get the back high, and then roll through. So we're going to jam the brake on, whoop, and then drop it off. Jam the brake on, and drop it off.
And with a lot of practice, you can end up pulling nonsense like this.
Now, the faster you go on this, actually easier it is, although it's very hard to tell yourself that to start with. But get nice and straight, 2 fingers on the lever, give it a tug. Ooh. What's happened there? Like we did practice before, the front wheel locked up, but we knew to let off, so there's no problem. So the secret is to get a nice good feel on the brake, make sure the front wheel doesn't slip, get the back nice and high, and then we're controlling on the front brake the height of the rear. If we feel we're going too high, all we've got to do is let the brake off a bit. If the back's not coming up enough for your liking, just pull it a bit harder. Sounds easy, eh? There we go, look at that. Nice and easy.
In a world of 200 mile an hour, 185 brake horsepower hyperbikes, it's good to see that you can still have such a giggle on a 250cc 30 horsepower snotter. Off-roading rams. It's also a top way to learn new riding skills, and best of all, crashing is positively encouraged. Bin it, pick it up, kick it back into shape and do it all over again. By the way, if the guy on the BM seems to be making it look easy, he is. That's Simon Pavey, Harry Dakar hero and all-round good guy.
This is Paul Lorry!
Yellow Man is the best biking car you'll ever see. You've got the hilarious, ballsiest road racing around the world's longest racetrack, all set in quaint 1950s Frimpton by the sea. You'd be a fool to miss it. There's nothing better than a Sunday afternoon rip on your bike, apart from a Sunday afternoon rip on somebody else's bike. These days, more and more dealers and manufacturers are offering test rides, so it would be rude not to take advantage of them and this. It's also a perfect opportunity to discover that there's more to life than CBR6s and R1s.
The Triumph Speed Triple is British motorcycling at its modern best. It's got a graunchy, snarling beast of an engine surrounded by the bare minimum of bodywork to give it a maximum of attitude. And despite the ugly bug looks, it's one of the best handling bikes on the road. Unless, of course, I'm on it. The Pure Cyclone. If you've always fancied a bit of a yank, but can't handle a non-handling Harley, then this could be the bike for you. It's based around a hopped-up 1200cc Sportster mill, and it's got a power delivery so gobby you'd swear it was put together by a man wearing dungarees in a cowshed who spends his weekends sucking the amphetamine out of chicken feed. Electric line. It's got nothing to do with sports bike adrenaline rushes and everything to do with chilling out and feeling groovy. It's powered by a gentle giant of a 1450cc V-twin engine surrounded by enough shiny bits to satisfy the campist and chromosexuals. This thing is half chips, half VW camper van and wholly relaxing. So wedge your tongue firmly in your cheek, whack up the sounds and enjoy, even in the rain.
Road trips, for many people, are the best thing about biking. A chance to revel in the giddy momentum that develops from spending day after day in the saddle, starring in your own cheese-use-you-wanna-be road movie, while discovering exotic new words for petrol and coffee. Now, the idea of just clicking your fingers and disappearing into an existentially charged sunset is very appealing, but it's nice to do some preparation before you go. There's 3 things you need to sort out before going touring: your documentation, your kit, your bike, and your attitude. 4 things then to sort out: documentation, passport, driving license, insurance cover, breakdown cover, credit card for cash, and one of these. A form E111 gets you free healthcare anywhere on the continent. In terms of kit, it's definitely a case of less is more. Abroad is surprisingly well stocked with all the things you think you need. What you really should take is a decent lock, and don't forget to use it, and some chain lube. Then you've got to sort the bike. Make sure you've got plenty of life in your brake pads. Make sure that your tyres are in good nick and that there's plenty of wear left in your chain and sprockets. And use your common sense. Don't take your bike on a 2,000 mile round trip if it's only 25 miles away from its first service interval. And finally, check your head. Remember you're on holiday, be flexible and enjoy yourself.
So there you have it, Bike's Guide to the Biking Summer. Ride safe out there, and remember, it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
Bike magazine, the most bikes, the best pictures and the sharpest words, out on the 8th of every month.